Hey leaders, this is for week 2 of our Kids Life Group, 17th, January 17th is when it is. Session 2 of Kids Life Group this spring, winter, and we're going to continue in the fruit of the Spirit, talking about kindness and gentleness. And we'll remember from last week, we talked about love and joy and of the church that did give freely and generously, and the one that Paul was challenging to do so. This week we'll be looking at Peter and John regarding how they showed kindness and joy. And they did this by healing a man and gave him what they did have, though they did not have money. They noticed his need, they were kind, and they were gentle in the way that they interacted with him, even though he was somebody who would have been looked down by some others because of his disabilities and that he was begging. So a couple of differences. There will be apples available for you to use in that opening illustration, so that one, we'll see if Nikki decides to bruise it up ahead of time, or if you're going to pass it around your room and say some ugly things to it and knock it up a little bit, versus the other one that'll be really nice and shiny. Cut them open, you'll see one that's bruised and brown and one that is not, and how our words and our actions impact people. But then you'll teach the lesson, and I have the lesson this week kind of set out where you're going to walk through it, but you'll also have kind of comic strip graphic novel template, just breakout boxes, so that as you walk through it, they can draw out their graphic novel for it, just as another way to keep them engaged in the lesson throughout the reading, because it's just a chunk of reading. But to break that down and to really think about the different actions and the words that were used throughout that passage. Application activity, we are not going to do an egg drop. January is not the time of year in Alaska to do an egg drop. That is there in case Nairobi or Cambodia want to do that. We're going to have, we have ordered operation game boards and pickup sticks, and we have Jenga, things like that for them to work on practicing their gentleness and things like that. That'll be a little bit different than normal. So thank you again for leading today. Appreciate you.